Hello! The MacLife recently posted this, a sparring session in preparation for Donald Cerrone. From what we've often heard from Conor McGregor, he's spent much of his career hard sparring, literally having fights in the gym. Basically a bout before having a bout, but even he realized that for the longevity of his career, alongside overall performance, that he needed to incorporate a softer approach to his training.
I had to change my whole training methods into a much softer approach, much more aware of the body, much less damage taken. You want to see the camps I've gone through? You know what I mean? I've had people hold up in hotel rooms waiting for me to call them to come down and have unscheduled bouts. They weren't training sessions, they were bouts. They were bouts with crowds in attendance. We have them filmed, and this was in preparation for a bout. Why am I having bouts in preparation for a bout? It makes no sense.
I honestly believe Conor McGregor was able to withstand such a ruthless training regimen in the past because his style emphasizes distance management, footwork and evasion on a very, very high level. He definitely had less to recover from than his training partners, at least I think so, because that's usually what happens when there's a significant skill difference, especially when stylistically you're really good at not getting hit and really good at straight up hitting your opponent. He's a very skillful and evasive man. That's one thing, but the old school ideology of training though, it's definitely more effective at building your mental strength, your senses, your self-awareness, because there is no faster way in learning how to swim than just straight up jumping into the pool, jumping into the water, but of course, the risk will be drowning.
My foot was a balloon.
I've learned that certain parts of the world, and of course a lot in the past where there was no stringent testing, performance enhancers were taken and gyms wouldn't allow you to compete unless you took them. If you don't have the level of skill and knack for evasion as someone like Conor McGregor, it would likely be very tempting to, not just for the power advantage, but just so you could recover from the injuries you would sustain. That said, even someone as skilled as Conor McGregor over time would of course take injuries, and he would fight through them regardless, a testament to his mental strength. The fact he beat a high-level wrestler only on one knee.
I feel like it's taken me back to when I tore the ACL post Mendes Aldo.
Depicts pretty clearly why Conor McGregor became not only the first double champion, but wildly successful in all ventures of his life. If life is 90% mental, he has a massive edge, regardless of where he chooses to focus. Here though, you can tell he's clearly holding back. Same with his partner, they're refining their reactions, helping each other grow, but they aren't messing each other up. Conor isn't straight up cracking the man. This has become a healthy, feasible way to grow, especially because the two likely know what an actual fight looks like. They know what would hurt each other and what would not. There isn't ego. This is just humble self-development. The two are just helping each other. When you start off in sparring, this is very rare. Instead of trying to refine their senses, the narrative is, I must win. It's not I must develop, I must improve to get better, I must crush, I must win. Without self-awareness, light sparring is very difficult. It's usually those who have experienced hard sparring or straight up fighting who have the awareness to know they've been clipped with something good. It's a double-edged sword. One version makes you so self-aware and refines you mentally so quickly, so strong that it has to have a cost at the end of it, and that cost is often some degree of physical longevity. Only the strongest survive in that environment, and that's also a double edge because you kind of run out of sparring partners in that sense. You have to keep finding new sparring partners. The other one though, if you aren't self-aware, can look like a McDojo. Or become a one-sided hard sparring session from a lack of respect and self-awareness.
Jean-Charles Skarboski. He's a different human being. He's like more, I don't know how to call that in English. He's a free thinker. You know? He's a kind of guy, he spar. If you spar with him, you respect him, he's going to respect you. If I've seen some guy try to prove a point with him and try to go hard in Muay Thai, he's gonna knock you out cold. He's a character, okay?
That's the key. Respect and developing self-awareness, which is true in both cases. That is what we see here. Two self-aware individuals who are respectfully trying to grow. Both forms are important in varying degrees depending on the individual and what they need. But when self-awareness is established and respect is established, this form of sparring makes a lot of sense. There was a body kick Conor could have connected hard with, but he held back. Uppercuts he could have chinned with, but he didn't. He may very well still be having straight-up bouts in his gym, but this for sure is a long-term strategy in self-development.
When he came at me and ran with that big shot and I shot in, man, I hit his hip bone. Like, that's what started the whole, you know, and then I grabbed a hold of him just to like get my bearings back, and he like did the jumping shoulder slam, which compounded the fog in my brain. And then I let go and he head kicked me. You know what I mean? There was no time to like regroup. So it was from the first second of the fight to when he ended it that I couldn't even get my bearings back.
What are your thoughts on the matter? I'd love to hear them in the comments below. Your perspective is always appreciated. Thank you. If you like more from me, please subscribe and hit the notifications. Thank you if you did. It truly does mean a lot to me. Thank you. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. It's good karma, and until next time, peace.